Hold on. Okay, now, yes, officially I'm recording the video. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing fine. Today is Saturday, the worst day of the week. But here we are. I hate Saturdays, you know? So here we are, guys. We have a homework on the platform that talks about pronunciation test. I know that this subject is oriented to teach you how to prepare exams and how to test students, right? And so far, we haven't done anything. We've been in theories and theories, and we've been in vocabulary, we've been in grammar, we've been in whatever else, the stages of testing. So now we have to start rocking. So next week, not next week, from tomorrow on, I'm going to upload a homework on the platform where you will have to do, first we're gonna start easy. You will have to do a multiple choice topic, but it's only a topic, not an exam. Remember that the topics of an exam have another name. What is the name for the topics of an exam? Do you remember?
I do, teacher.
You have to raise your hands, Gabriel. Juliet, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. The name is Item.
Okay, so items, you're gonna create one item of exam, and this item is going to be a multiple choice one. This multiple choice item is going to have 5 questions. And in these 5, of course, what I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna make sure that I put it on the instructions, right? When I upload the homework, I'm gonna put it there. But I'm just telling you what is coming next so you can create an idea of what you're gonna do. Now, this multiple choice item, okay, what we are going to do is that I'm going to give you chapter number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the topic, right? Like the topic where you're gonna get the item from, the question. I'm gonna give you the chapter number 3 of the book. All you are going to read it, and then you're gonna create 5 multiple choice questions. And these 5 multiple choice questions are of course the ones that are going to build up your topic. Guys, don't get confused, okay? When I say topic, I mention topic 2 times, okay? Topic has a lot of meanings. So you're gonna create an item from chapter number 3 of the testing book. Okay, I'm doing this now because I don't want you to tell me, okay, is it about grammar? Is it about vocabulary? What topic I'm going to take to create that item? No, I'm giving you the chapter 3. You're going to believe that you are the testing teacher and that you're gonna give your students a topic of exam, which is an item, and the questions are gonna emerge from there. And that's it. Now, remember that you have to take into account 5 points. 5 points, 8 points, okay? Number 1, make sure that you select the words. Number 2, make sure that you do the correct sentence. Number 3, make sure you choose the right distractors. And number 4, make sure that you give clear and simple instructions. In the distractors, you have to make sure that they are from the same family, that you don't put too difficult words, that you don't give any grammar clues, okay? And I forgot the other. You know, I don't know everything. I have to revise. You know the 8 points to take into account. That's it. That is one homework, okay? And then during the week, I have to read and make sure if I can leave the next chapter or if I give you another practical activity, okay? Whether we create a whole exam, but I will give you freedom so you can choose whatever you want, okay? And that's it. But I'm thinking about that one, don't worry. We're gonna have it. We're gonna have 2 homeworks on this week, I'm telling you. So the first one is easy, the multiple choice. That's a piece of cake for you. But the other one, I'll see if we do a whole exam or only a few topics which don't include multiple choice. And that's it. That's for that one. Now, I have a few questions for you because remember that today is the last day for you to upload homework. And I believe that some of you did the homework already, answering the pronunciation test chapter. Okay. Now, but I have a question for you. This is a general question. It's not in the book. What is pronunciation? If you guys know, it's your idea, okay? This is not, I'm not looking for a definition from the internet. Uh, I'm just looking to see if you have an idea of what pronunciation is. Gabriel, what is pronunciation? I say pronunciation.
Well,
Pronunciation.
pron- well, I think pronunciation is the way we say and the right way we say the words.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
that's it.
So pronunciation is the right way that we say the words. Very good, Gabriel. Very good. What do you say, Miguel Angel? Sorry. He's not listening to us. Go on, Aristides.
I'm back. I'm back. What were you
Ooh,
saying?
no, that's fine. Don't worry. It was good. It was good. What do you say, Aristides?
Sorry, teacher. I got problem with the connection.
Okay.
I was gonna say, teacher, that is as Gabriel said, in pronunciation, as I understand, is the way and the way of how we pronounce and say different words.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true. So that's the way we say the words. What do you say at the Ani Milagro?
For me, it's the way a word is spoken, I think.
Yeah, very good. Very good. That's true. That's true. Now, there was something interesting from what Gabriel said. I mean, all the definitions that you said are related. They're fine. They're good. Gabriel mentioned something that got my attention. He said it is the correct way. The correct way. Now, I'm going to ask you, is there a correct pronunciation or no?
Hey, good morning. Sorry, teacher, could you please
Read the
repeat
question,
this
teacher.
part again?
The question is, do you believe that there is a right, that there is a correct pronunciation? Is what you think. Remember what.
That's question for
I got
Yeah.
some.
Yes, Miguel Angel.
that questions will be for us or just directly
No, for
for him.
everyone. If you want to answer, you raise your hand and you can say the answer. Go on, Evelyn.
Yes, teacher. I think that there is a wrong pronunciation because there are some people that don't say a word in the correct way.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, who decides what is correct and what is not correct?
Teacher,
Yes, Miguel Angel.
the guy. I mean, I just want to put this as a simple sample. If I tell people have a conversation, you know, they have a bit speaking. So everything will be depend like the way you pronounce it, the words. That's people is going to understand it. You know, everything will be depend you pronounce. It's your pronunciation. You're
Right.
going to transmit to talk clearly. And that's way that person is going to understand. If you don't speak right, I mean, a good pronunciation is going to be harder for that person could understand. But for
Yes.
that teacher, I put my hands up, but you didn't give me the opportunity. Can I keep speaking?
All right. All right. Miguel Angel has having
Hello,
problems with the audio. Yes, we heard you. We heard you.
teacher.
I got something.
Let me put Miguel Angel on mute because he's having a delay over there. Yeah, well, that's interesting question. And I go back to Gabe. Yes, Aristides?
Oh, you can finish your idea, teacher. I don't have a problem.
Oh,
But
no, the idea is that, okay, many people say pronunciation, and pronunciation is the way that you say the words, right? But pronunciation doesn't necessarily mean that what you're saying is not good and what you're saying is not bad. What you're saying is right and what you're saying is wrong. Everybody believes that when we say pronunciation, everybody thinks the right way and the wrong way. But I'm gonna give you one example of this. Look, this is an example. We have this word, and I know you saw it in phonetics many times because I gave you this word. And you have this word again, okay? Okay, many people say English and English. Everybody understands that. Then I'm gonna ask you a question. What is the right way here? Is English or English in pronunciation, right? What about if I tell you that there is not a right or a wrong way to say it? Within those two, okay? There is no right and there is no wrong. Forget about the rules of phonetics, okay? We're talking about pronunciation now, conversation now. There is not wrong and there is not right in that situation that I gave you, okay? In that situation. Why? Because all of you understand. If I tell you I speak English, you understand. If I tell you I speak English, you understand too. So we have a different pronunciation, right? But we understand. We say right now the pronunciation is the way that you say the words. So if I say English is one way, and if I say English is another way. So pronunciation, but all of you understand. That's what pronunciation is about. It's not saying the word run or saying the word right, because we're gonna see now in the questionnaire what happens when you say something run, completely run. What do you say, Gabriel?
Well, I want to say many things. First one is, so you saying that the purpose of pronunciation is not to really mention the right, the wrong way, whether it is to to make someone understand you. That's what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
The point of pronunciation is to understand others and yourself.
Yes, that's the point. But we're going to see now. Okay, that's a very good question, Gabriel. Very good question. And that question, the answer, we're gonna find it here, and I'm going to show you that. The first question from the questionnaire, of course, right? Questionnaire. The first question says, what do pronunciation tests evaluate? When you are evaluating pronunciation, what is it what you look for? What is it what you're trying to check, what you're trying to see, what you're trying to investigate with your students? What is it? Did you do homework? If you didn't do it, then you won't be able to answer this. Only Gabriel and Aristides I see. I don't see Heidi Morales, Rosina, Lady, Gioleni. I don't see either Rosa. I don't see Mercedes. I don't see Lidegni is not there today. I don't know where she is. I only see her picture.
I'm here.
I know. Diana. Diana, do you
I
know?
put
Diana, yes, Rosa, don't worry. I know that you're working, so keep going. That's fine.
Yeah, but I did the homework. The thing is, I left my notebook and I can read what I did. I
Okay,
always copy my notebook and then I can participate with that.
I understand. Do you know, Rosa, that there is a movie which name is The Notebook? No,
No, I didn't know it.
you have to look for it. It's a very good movie. It's romantic movie. Well,
Okay, thank you.
Diana, do you know Michael Jackson? Did you know him? Yes.
Yes.
The Prince of Pop, the best singer on the earth, Michael Jackson. Okay.
I don't know if he's the best singer, but I know him.
Do you know that Michael Jackson created a song about you?
I don't
Yes.
know.
The name of the song is Dirty Diana. Dirty Diana. No.
I remember. Yeah.
Yes, but that was not for you. That was for Diana Ross.
No,
Him.
esa fue por otra.
For Diana Ross, yes. All
The
right,
other
so
one is not me.
yeah, it's not you. Well, but you have her name. Although you don't write it like that, but you know, it's Diana. Diana.
Diana. She write like
Diana.
D-A-N-E. Yeah.
Yeah. What do pronunciation
Diana.
evaluate, Diana?
Diana. Um, and this text evaluates the identification of the sounds,
Yes.
stretch patterns, and intonation of English.
So you see, guys, that's what pronunciation is about. Stress, identification of sounds. You see, if a person says something and you can understand, you identify what the person is saying, it's good. That's pronunciation. Gabriel, are you raising your hand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I just want to say that now I got the point. Now I know that the main point of pronunciation is not to identify the right word or the wrong one, whether it's to identify the sound and
That's right.
an intonation of English.
That's
From what I
right.
got from mine.
That's right. Guys, if you remember what stress is, sorry, my internet is, let me wait. If you remember,
hold on. Sorry, could you understand me? Could you hear me?
yes,
Uh, did you see my hands up?
yes, I see it now.
Could you see my hands up? Oh, and now it's okay. Thank you.
All right. Do you want to?
I have long time. No, I have long time. My hands up, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. So yes, let me just go on because I don't want to get you guys stuck on a question. And now, Gabriel, this question is not for you, but I want you to pay attention to this, to the answer for this question.
Okay, okay, I got it.
When is pronunciation important? Let's see who has this answer. When is pronunciation important? Rene, when?
Pronunciation becomes important when it interferes with communication. While pronunciation items are not effective in measure real communication, they can make progress on specific points of pronunciation.
Okay. You see when pronunciation is important? When it impedes communication. Okay? When it becomes a problem in communication. If I say, I like apples and candies, I like apples and candies, what do you understand by that? Gabriel?
Can you repeat
No, Gabriel, you having problems.
that you like it, teacher?
Oh, that I
What?
like it. That I like it.
Yeah, if you say I love apples and candy, it's because you like it. I mean, you love it. We can understand what you mean.
What about if I tell you, guys, do you want to come here and tell me the truth? Do you want to come? Do you want to come? Many people say, come here. You see, many people say, come here. You know what? Come here. You know what? Come here. Come or come. There is not a problem in communication with that. But look, I'm going to tell you now a word that causes problems. Do you like to eat upus? Do you like upus? Do you like, guys, upus and mat? Upus and mat. You like to eat that? What about you, Rosa?
No.
Do you like upus and mat?
I don't know that word, teacher. Upputs and mats.
Upus and mats.
Yeah, what is the meaning of that? I haven't never heard it.
Oh, you don't know, right? Because
So do I.
because my pronunciation is not good. I'm talking about this.
Ah, do you see?
Talking about this. Apples and meats. So
Now we can understand.
what I did is that I changed the pronunciation on purpose just to let you know that pronunciation becomes important when you don't understand. If I say something and you don't understand it, then we have to revise pronunciation. But what about if I say, I like apples, I like apples? You understand that, right? So there is only a slight variation of the sound. Apples, 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 apple. If I say that, you understand. So what I'm trying to tell you is that pronunciation is only important when what you say creates confusion on the person who is listening to you. So that's what it is. Okay, now going away from pronunciation, we have to focus now on certain techniques and strategies that we use in the classroom to test pronunciation. So we have oral repetition. Oral repetition. Let me see who has the answer about oral repetition. What is oral? Oral repetition. Someone raised their hand and put it down. I don't know why, but anyways, okay, let me continue. Okay, we have here, lady, is it you? Lady Mercado?
Yes, teacher. Oral repetition items are used for students who cannot read or write. Listen to what their teacher said to them and then repeat it. Also
Okay,
has an
yes.
advantage. Okay.
Yes, what was the advantage?
Who are literate reading skill are not mixed with pronunciation skills.
Okay, okay, very good. Let's see if there is another person so I can give the opportunity to everybody who raised their hands. Okay, I see, nobody wants to talk. All right, so yes, oral repetition. And you're gonna see this also, you're gonna see it in teaching practice because this is related to teaching practice, don't forget. So we will see many things in testing that you will see it in teaching practice. Because don't forget that testing happens after we teach and during the time that we teach, okay? In the meantime that we're teaching. So oral repetition is very easy. You have a vocabulary. Look, I'm gonna give you the easiest example of oral repetition. You have a vocabulary, you, the teacher, okay? You, and you start saying the words. For example, let me use this word again. You have this, you have apple, candy, shop. So what you do is you tell your students, okay, guys, you are going to repeat whatever I say. You're gonna repeat the words that I say. Apple, apple, candy, candy, shop, shop. Okay, now, this is an oral repetition, very easy. Students don't need to write, students don't need to read. Remember, they're only listening to you. This vocabulary that I gave you is only for you to see that you as a teacher, you need to have the vocabulary, you know, that's part of the lesson plan. You need the vocabulary and you repeat it. But the students don't need to see it. The students don't need to have the vocabulary on the board. No, they don't need to do that. They only need to listen to you and repeat to what you say. Now, how can you test through this? Easy. You can do it individually or you can do it in groups. You know that in groups is difficult depending on the amount of students that you have. If you only have 10 students, it's not that difficult. If you have 15, it's getting complicated. But if you have more, then you know it's a mess. But if you do it individually, if I have, for example, Heidi Morales, and I tell Heidi, we're gonna do an evaluation now. You don't have to tell students that you're gonna evaluate them, okay? You just do it and that's it. But you're gonna repeat what I say, the words that I say, you're just gonna repeat them. Apple, apple. Candy, candy. Shop, sheep. You see? Now you know that there is a problem. So you go back, apple, apple. Candy, candy. Shop, shop. You know that is a problem with that word. So now you know in which word you have to work because you are testing, right? So that's how we do an oral repetition. You can do it individually or you can do it in groups. You know that individually takes a lot of time, right? It's better because you're paying individual attention to the student. But if you have many students, then it's gonna be crazy also because you're not gonna be one by one, 40 students. Imagine that you take 2 minutes, for example, testing vocabulary or words or phrases, and you have 40 students. So you have 80 minutes. That's the only thing you're gonna do in your class. That's crazy, huh? only for testing. All right, so I hope that you have very clear what oral repetition is. Oral repetition in testing, okay, is different from choral repetition. One thing is oral repetition and another one is choral. Choral, you need a choral from church, right? Many people together who sing together, that's a choral. And so choral repetition is, for example, when you on the board, you have a vocabulary that you're teaching, and now you tell your students, okay, okay, guys, repeat after me, right? And you say, candy, everybody, candy, shop, shop, one, one, two, two, three, three, four, four. That's choral repetition. And in choral repetition, you are not testing, okay? What you are doing is that you are teaching. So one thing is choral repetition to teach a vocabulary, and another thing is oral repetition for you to test students' pronunciation. Did you get that point, or do you have a question about that?
Of course, teacher.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Okay, I tell you this because when we go to teaching practice, we are going to find the choral repetition when we work with vocabulary, when we have students repeating the words after we put it on the board. Okay, so don't get confused with that. One thing is to teach and the other thing is to test. That's okay, Lideni, don't worry. Okay, guys, so here we go to the next question. The next question is why, well, you guys know this already. But anyways, let's see what you guys know. Why is oral repetition easy? Heidi Morales.
And because no required distractors are needed, no clever sentence framers are required, and no drivers needed be prepared.
You see, you don't need anything. You don't need to be thinking about the context. You don't need to be thinking about the distractors. You don't need to be thinking about the type of words, the kind of words. No, the only thing you do is that you prepare you as a teacher what you want students to repeat. And that's it. Remember that the oral repetition is not only words. You can repeat sentences too. I love you. For example, sorry, I love you. She eats candies. You know what? Maybe you are focused. Look at this. Let me show you a type of oral repetition where you focus in one item. Okay? Let me show you this. If I ask you a question now, and I tell you, I'm focused on a grammar, okay? This oral repetition is focused on a grammar. Which grammar do you think I'm focused on? Me as the teacher, okay? Which grammar do you think I'm focused on? Look at the sentences. Renee, what do you say?
I say this simple present.
The simple present, but I'm focused on something specific from the simple present. Evelyn, what do you say?
I think that is the personal pronouns.
Are you sure? If it
I wanna say something, teacher.
yes.
I think you as a teacher, you are focusing in the third person.
You are focused on the third person here. Well, Evelyn, of course, that you as a teacher, you decide in which part you're going to focus, right? That's why I don't want to say that you were wrong completely, no. So you as a teacher, you decide which one you want to focus. But when Rene said the simple present, right? I say, in which part of the simple present are you focused? We are focused on the third person, okay? So now, when students repeat, I'm going to focus specifically on the S sound. She eats candies. It snows here. He talks to you. So I'm gonna be focused on that little part. That's what we say a hearing identification item. Okay? So because you have a sentence, but you are focused only on this part. Okay? You as a teacher, you are focused on that one, just to make sure the students are producing the correct sound. And this is pronunciation, right? If your students say, she eats candies, it snow here, he talk to you, you know that you have to work on that part. And that's it, that's the part. Well, you know, if in contrast, you wanna focus on the personal pronouns, as Evelyn said, right? You wanna make sure if the student says she and no she, if the student says eat and no et, or if the student says he and no he or e, if they speak Spanish, specifically Spanish, you know that here in Spanish is she, here there is no problem, is eat, but here is e, because in Spanish the H is mute. So you wanna focus on that also. That's pronunciation. Evelyn, did you raise your hand again?
Oh, no, teacher, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, here we are. We are almost finished here. Okay, you know that oral repetition is easy, right? But what it has advantages, okay? An advantage is that it's very easy to prepare. But what are the disadvantages? What are the limitations? Juliet, can you tell us at least one?
It says that the limitation that some beginning students can mimic or imitate quite well, but they might not have developed much skill yet in pronouncing and using English.
You see, that's one of the problems with that. So you have to be careful with it. Yeah, because you know, imagine we said that pronunciation is not that important because if you understand, that's okay. But that doesn't mean that you're not gonna make an effort to sound good, right? It's not to sound wrong or right, to sound good. Like, you know, that when you speak, people doesn't have to force themselves to understand or any doubt. So although pronunciation is not that important, you have to make your effort and try to have a good pronunciation. When I say good, I'm not talking about right or wrong. I say good. Because you say, oh, he has a bad pronunciation. But bad pronunciation doesn't mean that you don't understand. You understand. The fact is that you don't like the way the person pronounces, right? So that's what it is. Okay. Now, did you find anything about construct? I always have problems with that word. Let me see it so I can pronounce it correctly. Okay. Contrastive stress. Did you find anything about that? Aristides, did you find anything? And then we
Yes,
have Gabriel after you. Yeah.
yes, teacher. I find something.
Uh-huh.
Uh, constructive stress emphasize the stress of different words in a
Mm-hmm.
sentence to show a different meaning. You can show constructive stress by drawing a simple line over the word, like
Uh-huh.
that should be a stress. For example, the toy store has a
Okay.
different meaning than the toy store.
Yes. Right, right. Let me write a sentence before we continue. I'm gonna give you the opportunity, guys. Let me write a sentence here. Okay, yeah. So Gabriel and then Juliet.
You want me to pronunciate those three sentences you did?
No, I just saw your hands up and I thought that you wanted to say something.
Okay, I do.
Not the
I got another.
All right. So now we're talking about contrastive, okay? Contrastive stress. Remember that stress is the force that you put in a word or in a syllable, okay? So now I want you to focus on the ones that I put in capital. The ones that I put in capital, okay? Here. Depending on the stress, because remember, pronunciation tries to check the stress, the intonation, and the identification of sounds. So let's focus on stress now. This is the contrastive stress, okay? What does it mean? That with the same sentence, okay, the same sentence, you might mean something very different. What? Let's see. If I say, I love you, you know what this means? Do you know? That I don't love another person is you, okay? Maybe we're having a conversation and you telling me, I know that you have different girlfriends and you only playing with me. And I say, no, I love you. I'm trying to say that I don't love another. You are the one who I love, you, the person, right? Okay, but now look at this. Look at the same sentence. If I
I
say,
love you.
I love you, I love you. You know what this means? That it's not another person who loves you. I am the person who loves you. You know, I'm focused on me. Maybe your mother loves you, maybe your father loves you, but I love you. And that's what matters. That's what it is. But look at this. We also have I love you. And when I say it, it's the way, right?
I love you.
When I say I love you, that means that there is not another feeling. The only feeling that I have for you is love. So this is the contrastive analysis. When in the same sentence, you mean something very different. When I say something very different, remember, the essence of the sentence is not lost. We're talking about love anyways here, okay? But what you're trying to say about love, is it that I love you only or I love other people also? Or is it that I am the person who loves you? Or is it that I love you as the only feeling that I have for you? That's what constructive analysis is about. Okay, let's show. Oh, I stopped this. Sorry. Okay, now let's go to the almost the last question. And what is reading aloud? Reading aloud. Allow. Allow me, allow you, allow her. Adiani.
Okay. Is to have the student reading something aloud. One problem, this skill is different from that of talking conventionally, like oral repetition provide excellent point.
Okay, so reading aloud, as he says, Juliet.
what, teacher?
You have your hands up. I just wanted to see if you want to say something.
Yes, I want to say that one problem of reading aloud, it says that the skill of reading aloud is different from that of talking conversionally. That one
Conventional.
is difficult.
Right, conventionally.
Yes, so in fact, many native speakers of English don't read English aloud very well.
Okay, you see, guys, look at this. Uh, there are many professionals okay? Lawyers, teachers, engineers, that they're good on what they do. But if you give them a piece of paper and you tell them to read that, you will see that they have problems reading aloud. It's not that they don't know how to read, because they read for themselves. But when they have to read aloud, that everybody is going to listen to them, they cannot do it. And if they do it, they don't do it correctly. They have problems, they miss words, they don't know, you know, that happens to all of us if you don't have the practice. So reading aloud, as he says, you say guys, is when you give students a piece of writing, one page, a book or whatever, any notes, and you tell students, okay, start reading that in high voice. I want to listen to you. That's reading aloud. But what is the problem of reading aloud? What is the difference between oral repetition and reading aloud? Have you thought about it? What is the difference? With what type of students can you do oral repetition? And what type of students can do reading aloud? Think about that. Aristides?
Yes, I have something in mind, teacher. I
Yes.
think that when the teacher use oral repetition is most of the time is with beginners students that they
Yes.
don't know much about the language. So
Yeah.
reading loud is when the teacher uh, give their students some sentence to repeat because they know more about the language.
Yes. But not only sentences to repeat. Lideni, go on. Are you having problems with the audio, Lideni? Well, Lideni has problems there. Rosa, do you want to say something also?
Teacher, can you hear me now?
Now, yes.
Okay. As I was saying, the oral repetition is used when the students cannot read or write English. In the case of the reading loud, this is a communication or a strategy communication for the students that they can read and write the English. That's the main difference between them.
You see, guys, yes, that is true. So you can use oral repetition for any students, any of them, especially beginners, okay? Oral repetition, you can use it for beginners, intermediate, advanced, it doesn't matter, you can do it. Because for example, maybe in intermediate or advanced level, you might have a vocabulary which is very difficult and students don't know how to say them, okay? You practice it through oral repetition and then you do an oral repetition to make sure that they did good and that they learned the vocabulary. Okay, you can do it with any level oral repetition, but reading aloud, you cannot do it with beginners. You cannot do it with students who cannot read or write. Students need to have knowledge about the language already. They need to handle the language before you do any type of activity or evaluation through reading aloud. Rosa, you wanted to say something? Okay. I didn't listen to you, but I know that you said that's it, that we said that you wanted to say. Okay, so look, I don't know if you see this. You see, this is this is a text, okay? That's a text. In reading aloud, students don't repeat anything. Students only take the text and start reading. So you tell them, read what you see in there, and you listen to the student reading. Okay, so that's reading aloud. Don't get confused between repetition that you say and the student says, and reading aloud, that you give the student something and the students start producing, reading, not producing, sorry, reading what the student says. Sees, I said says. Oh, you see, guys, that is the stress killing me. What the student says, what the student sees. All right, so let's go to the last question because it is 11 o'clock and we have 1 hour here. I know that we gave the limitation already of reading aloud. We gave the limitations. It is not for beginners. Students need to have knowledge about the language before you do that. But everything is not bad, okay? We have good things about reading aloud, and that's what we are going to see right now. Can you give us the advantages of reading aloud, Gabriel?
Yes, of course, teacher. Well, you want me to only tell you the advantage?
Well, you go on, say whatever you want. You are
Can you hear
free.
me?
Talk now.
Yo,
Forever, Gabriel.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Two advantages and one limitation, Gabriel.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Alicia. One advantage is they are easy to prepare, and one limitation is that they are limited to those who can read.
That is true. That is true. Completely true. Julia, do you want to say something else?
Yes, another advantage is that the teacher can test how to pronounce spelling combination.
That's true. That's true. Yes, very important what you said, Juliet, right now. And Gabriel, very important what you said. It's very easy to prepare a reading aloud evaluation. You know the only thing you have to do? You get a piece of writing that you want students to read, and that's it. So the rest is only to listen to them reading. And one limitation, as Gabriel said, is limited to students who can read and write. Juliet mentioned something else, one advantage of it, that through reading aloud, you can test reading comprehension. You know what? When the student is reading, right? The student read a paragraph about the process of doing fried chicken, right? And then the student finishes reading, and then you ask the student about what he or she read. You ask questions to make sure that the student understood the essence, the most important parts of what he or she read. And that's it, that's reading comprehension. Sometimes you,
Teacher,
yes?
it's Juliet. I wanted to say something.
Go on.
That I had a teacher from Russia, and she used to do something like that. She gave us a piece of paper, and we have to read something, and then at the end of the class, she gave us like a piece of paper again, with the incorrect words that we said.
Right, right. You see?
Yes.
That's very good. That is the reading out loud. So what she's doing is she heard you, and then she took the notes and gave you the feedback, so you can get better on those words that you didn't produce correctly or that you didn't say. I don't know what's going on today, guys. I'm have the word produce on my head. I don't know why. I'm saying produce many times. That's gonna be the Saturday word, produce. And that's it. That's it. That's it. There is nothing else to talk about. The only thing you have to do is study. If you haven't done the homework, do it, upload it. And by next week, I mean Monday, you're gonna have 2 homeworks on the platform. One from the multiple choice, and another one that we're gonna do is gonna be focused on pronunciation. And I don't know if give it about pronunciation or if giving you the next questionnaire, but I'm going to see how is better because pronunciation is very easy. And I know that you guys can manage that. Do you have any questions so far before we finish?
Not at all, teacher.
All right. What about you, Giolengni? Giolengni comes from Giovanni and Solengni. Giolengni. I believe Giolengni is a ghost. Her name is there, but she's not a ghost. So I was.
Jolene is Perla, teacher.
Oh, Jolengni is Perla. So Jolengni is not Jolengni. Jolengni is Perla. Jesus Christ. Okay, guys, see you later. See you at 3:20.
See you then, teacher.